Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Freedom of the Night, Tales of the Supernatural. Let me see if my volume is up because sometimes it's down. Alrighty. Okay, so welcome to the Freedom of the Night, Tales of the Supernatural. And welcome to my class. Welcome to my class. All are welcome from baby to child to woman to man. All are welcome here. So please have a seat wherever you may. Um, those who really need to really truly focus on what I'm saying, you can sit in the front here, in the front seats, and those who got it, who basically are well focused, you can sit in the back of the ones that need to focus. Okay, all right. So make room for everybody. Make room for everybody as you're entering into the class. Welcome. Hi. How's everyone? How are you doing today? Welcome to the class. Freedom from the Night, Tales of the Supernatural. It's my channel. Uh, like, comment, and subscribe to all subscribing subscribers. Um, so we over here we work on walking in our true nature of our true self, um which is the spirit. Oh no, I almost forgot about what that is, huh? No. But anyway, the true nature of ourselves is the spirit. The spirit. When God blew breath onto us, He placed skin to cover the dry bones. Okay, because we were nothing but dry bones. Okay, nothing but dried bones, and just all those dry bones would turn into dust, and the wind would just blow away all those bones, all the remaining of those bones. Okay, so but now when God came, He placed us. He blew, um, He blew air into us. He blew. He I can't even say the word. He blew breath. I'm sorry. He blew breath into us. And that breath covered us cell by cell of our major organ called the skin. That's what he did for us. Without that breath, that breathing the breath into us of life, which is what according to the Bible says, breathing the breath of life, that's life. Without that life, we would not even be here. But we are. We're here. Welcome. Welcome today. Today is it's a beautiful day. It's a very beautiful day. And without God, we wouldn't even be able to know what that looked like. But with him, it's a beautiful day. So don't ever forget that, okay? Because we as men and women, we are not separated like the world tries to make us out as being. Like when we come into this world, even from baby, from birth, we come into this world thinking that we are separated from each other. And so therefore that's when the war begins because of what we see with our sight. But it's not about the fleshly things. When you come through the birthing of that birth canal of the mother, of your mother, it's not about what you're seeing with your sight. It's about the spirit realm, the spiritual, the spirit. Understand? It's about that. And when you looking with your eyes, what you're going to see is the separation. And that's going to drive you up out of here. So we got to stay focused, okay? We got to stay focused. And in this class, I'm teaching you the right things in which we was never taught. Okay? I'm teaching you the things of our righteous God in which he has taught me. And I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you what the teacher has taught me. Okay? And this is his teachings. So just know that whatever you seeing with your eyes is not real. That's not the reality of life. Life is when you first came through your mother's womb, that was life because God breathed breath on you, placing you in some good skin, the major organ of your body. That's spirit. That's spirit. Okay? He placed that skin, the major organ of your body, over your body, your dry bones. He put that there. He breathed the breath of life into that, placing the skin over your body. That is a spirit. Okay? That is spirit. So do know that this has nothing to do with flesh. Because God don't judge flesh. He don't judge by flesh. Okay? And if he does, you in trouble. Okay? He judged by the spirit. So, all right. So do know that we are one, man and female, okay? In this class today, if you don't get nothing else, you get to know that who you truly are. And we are male and female. However God created us to be, that's who we are. And the warring that we saw has placed us in a confusing state of mind, a confusing state of being. And for some of us, we don't know who we are, but although we pressing on the issue of it like we know who we are. So it's like knowing better, but we rather know it all over knowing better. Like I said before, we rather know it all than know better. So anything that a person asks you, you got plenty of excuses. And excuses ain't nothing but just saying something that's spitting out foolishness, being a fool right on gunpoint. And that's it. That's all that is. Okay? So back to what I'm saying. Men and women, we are one. We are not separated. We're not separated. We are one. We are one. And whoever told you that we were separated, and when you came out your mother's womb, they made you see this stuff. They allowed you to see this stuff. That they taught you wrong. It's not that. It's not that. We are one. We are one. And if you are placing me at being your enemy, you do know that you are placing your own self at the state of the enemy as well. You have allowed your strength to be overtaken by the stronghold. Stronghold, people. Oh, yes. Stronghold. And you no longer know who you are. Because by you not knowing who you are, you'd rather know it all than to know better. Okay? So again, if you get anything, get get to know that who you really are in this class. And the fruit in which you bear. The fruit is the discernment of which you bear. And the fruit is what you walk in. Whatever it is that you're walking in, that's your fruit. And I didn't say that walking in your fruit is the tree that you're embarking on. I said that, but that's darkness. If you eating from the tree, what tree are you embarking on? That's your fruit. Your fruit is your walk. Your walk is whether or not you're eating from the tree of the good and evil, or the one that God told you to eat off of. If you're eating from good and evil, that's darkness. That's darkness you walking in. And you rather know it all than to know better. That's what that is. When you eating off the tree of good and evil, you rather know it all over God than to know better. So, always remember that when Eve got in trouble, God asked Eve what was going on or whatever. But then she went back. God, the Spirit went back and asked Adam what was going on. And when they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, it was both of them, not just one. He didn't cater to just one person. He took both of them out of the garden. Okay? Both of them was up out of there. Not just one. So when you go into war, do know that the war is also with the woman as well. And that doesn't mean argue over that in separation like that. That means get yourself together. Get yourself together. So today, I will make this as brief as possible. Who knows? We shall see how this go. But however it go, stay here for 50 minutes. 50 minutes or less. I'm hoping to do this under an hour. Okay. So we can get you all out of here and in your right mind and in the right spirit. Understand? Not in your pride of your fleshly wounds. Because when you in pride, that means now you are wounded. Your flesh is just you can't see it, but your flesh is torn. It is to pieces when you walking in pride. Okay? And then you passing all this torn skin around and passing it on to your children. Oh, that's inappropriate. You are so inappropriate. Okay? Mm-mm. You need to get back in order. Order in the court. Back in order. Get back in order. So today I'm talking to you about being blessed. Okay? We talking today about being blessed. You're no longer walking in the curse, but in the blessing. All right? Today's activity for you to understand is that we are no longer walking in the curse. We are walking in the blessings. Those who are whole, WHOLE, those who are whole, you are no longer walking in the curse. Your flesh is not torn to pieces, just walking around here in darkness. No, you are not walking in the curse anymore once you are whole. And whole means perfect. So for all the people who are out here saying you're not perfect, nor do you claim to be perfect. But God breathed the breath of life into you, placing your skin over your body, making you perfect. You the one that's choosing not to walk in your perfection with your skin all raggedy out here in these streets. You did that. You placed yourself in that arena, in that area of life, in that aura. You place yourself there. The image that you are in is but bare pride. In your flesh, you need to pick them pieces up. Okay? All right. But you don't understand, children of the Most High God, that we are now no longer walking in the curse anymore. We are walking in blessing. And if you decide to walk in the curse, that's on you. By cursing others, that's on you. And then therefore cursing yourself. That's on you. But we walking in the blessing. And being that I'm a woman, I'm a make this towards a man, but it happens to man in general, the image of man, which is male and which is the image of man on male and female. Walking in pride is the image of man. Okay. So being that I'm a woman, I'm gonna say a man. So for example, and this is the example, and it's a true example because it goes for male and female both, because if one is in trouble, then the other one is too. All right. So you can't separate the one from the other. I don't know what y'all trying to do. We're both the same. And there are some things that we do in the world that we are to do, and there's some things that we're not supposed to do as male and female, as we are going out separated. There are some things we're not supposed to do, but we are as one spirit. Okay, the skin that makes up our organ, that's spirit. The pride builds it up as flesh, and if there are scarrings of the flesh when you in pride. So I'm gonna just get started. So when a male, for this example, and it's true, when a man leave you and he uses your stuff, and I'm gonna try to make this as simple as possible because this not gonna be that long, because I got this word from the Father and I'm teaching it to you so that you'll know. When a man leave you because of being uh non-committal, meaning they don't want to commit. Excuse me. They're not into committing. When a man leaves you due to not wanting to commit to you, or due to um just being unfaithful, they are unfaithful. They don't want to commit to you, and they are a cheater. Okay, and they are cheating. So when they decide, after doing all of these wrong measurements in darkness of their flesh and pride building up more and more, and this guilt on them, they want to get you off of them instead of getting the stuff that they doing up off of them. They rather get rid of you because they want to still walk in unfaithfulness, cheating, and being non-committal. They don't want to commit. So that's the bottom line of it. So they would rather walk in the curse of which they have created. They built that. So whatever they built, they want to walk in it. I mean, who on the face of this earth don't want to walk in something that they took the time out to build? Who don't want to walk in something that they took the time out to build? You don't want to walk into somebody else's shoes. You want to walk into something that you already built. And why not believe in the law of attraction? Because that's something that was built by people that's not even here anymore. So now they walking and standing in it by themselves, and they feel like that's walking alone because they built it. But in reality, that's wrong living. That's wrong wisdom passed down from you. Passed down to you from others who are not even here anymore. And you okay with that because that means that you ain't copycat off nobody. So the pride that you have, you like, oh, I built this. Oh, this is my stuff. But in reality, the people that's still not here, you got that stuff from them and what you saw them do on the face of the earth. No matter where you traveled, in the house, outside the house, around the corner, on the block, in prison, out of prison, in authority, out of authority, whatever you did, wherever you traveled to, foreigner, you place yourself at being foreign. God, you now that you are or adopted into the kingdom of God, adopted through Christ Jesus, being that he paid the price for us to live, you are no longer to walk in the flesh, which is pride of your ancestors and what they did. Because you want to be alone. You want to feel like you're alone. But in reality, you're not alone. You know you got that from somebody else's stuff. That's somebody else's stuff, but then that they did, they can't, you feel like they can't get their stuff back. You feel like they can't get their stuff back from you. So that's why people believe in it. Again, it's why people believe in the law of attraction. Because you're attracting the treasures of people who are not no longer here anymore, and they built their stuff. So now you building off their stuff, and they no longer here to say that this is mine. That you getting off of my, you taking my royalties. This is my royalty due. And people do this in business too. So do place this where you may. Because I'm placing this in every status. Any status. Business, household, family, finances. Place this at any status you may. Because this is speaking on every avenue before it even take place on the flesh. So do know that this is royalties. And in living royalty, being that I'm a queen, and a man is my lordship, you know, he then walks away from royalty to be in and amongst royals. I call them royals. He places himself away from royalty when he leave me, and he goes and use my stuff to be a place with people just like him, his kind to his kind, my kind to my kind. He traveling with his kind. So instead he using my stuff amongst his kind, and he getting everything from his kind from my stuff because he didn't want the commitment of doing the commandments of God. He didn't want to do the commandments of God, so he didn't want the commitment. Commandment is commitment, but they call it commitment, but in reality it's commandment. Look at that. Ain't that something? Commandments are not easy to the world. So that is called commitment. Yeah, these are commitments, which place everybody at not being able to do it, and which is why some people walk away from God because they don't know how to make a commitment. Commandment. All right, they don't want to do the commandments. Commandments is commitment. That English language. That's that English language. That is. They twisted some letters and some wordings and stuff up there in there. But the commandments is commitment. And a lot of people don't want to do the commandments. No matter how it comes, no matter how it surfaces, whatever it comes in. Through finances, business, places, peoples, and things. They don't care. They don't want the commitment of royalties. And what you don't understand is that when you go and take and use my stuff, royalty, the queen, when you go and take and use my stuff outside of me to somebody else that's not royalty, they are amongst the crowd of people of their kind, royals. Do know that you are walking out of the blessing to walk into the curse because you couldn't sustain to what you were supposed to sustain up in the image of. So now you using my stuff to other people who are just like you, and you love them to death. But what in reality is that you walking in the curse on purpose because you think you know it all, but you don't know it all. You don't know nothing. God says to those who think they know it all, you know of nothing. But you know better. And God always say, forgive you, for you know not what you do. It don't mean that you don't know better. It just means that you, in the know-it-all mentality, you know not what you do. Because you walking around like you know it all. So you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. You're a fool. You walking around in a fool mentality. You walking around as a fool. So you just speaking whatever a fool is going to say. God said in the Bible that a fool is going to say everything on his mind. You're going to get everything out. So whatever you walk into, if somebody say something, you got something for that. Even if the person is good, you got something for that. You got something for everything. Because you're walking around in foolishness. Not in perfection. You're walking around in foolishness. So for you to say that I'm not perfect, then that means you're a fool. You're walking around as a fool. Purposely. So I have to forgive you for you know everything, but you don't know not what you do. Because you're doing something along with knowing everything. You know not what you do, but you know it all, and you do know better, but you refuse to be on the side where the blessings is. The commandment, that's commitment. You don't want to, you unfaithful, you cheat, you do all that stuff. You want to be able to do that stuff. That's what you want to do. You want to be able to not to stand still and stand calm and receive peace upon God's judgment every day. You don't want to feel convicted being unto God. You want to walk in your dark spots, your dark places. Walk in the valley of those things. You want to walk in the valley of the shadow of death. You want to fear evil. You want to be on evil side. You're doing the opposite of the law of God. You're doing the law of attraction, right? Because the law of God says that add on. Commandments are already there. They're placed there. They're for us to walk in. So to attract something means you attracting attraction, which attraction is temptation. That means you walking in flesh. And that means you're walking as a fool and you're not in your perfection, your perfect self. Because I'm perfect over here. Excuse me, sorry about that. Which is what I always say. I'm perfect. Because God placed this skin on me. He placed me in this skin. He breathed life inside of me. When he breathed breath in me, he placed me in this skin. I'm perfect. I wouldn't even be here without him. He's alongside me. He placed his son Jesus there within me. Hey, we walk together every day. Upon rising, I refuse to say I'm not perfect when I got that type of love on me. So you following short when you say that. You're not believing in yourself enough. Matter of fact, you're not believing. Period. Point blank. For the blessing. So again, as I'm using an example. When a man leaves you and he used your stuff over with his kind, okay, on another person, you get the royalties from that. Royalties are due to you. Your blessings. And like I said, those royalties are due you for somebody else using your stuff. Understand that. When somebody using your stuff, royalties are due you, which is why people try to put a killing to you so they won't have to give you, while you still alive, your royalties on the flesh of what you do, which is your blessings. They don't want you to get the blessings off of what they making, because they making their money. They in their pride of stuff. That's their stuff now. They want to get rid of you because they using your stuff. They got all your stuff and they think they know who you are. And they walking over there and using that stuff amongst their kind. But in reality, they got that stuff from you. So now, they want to get rid of you, which is why some businesses take into their own hands and kill who they was who they felt like they was director over or producer over or narrator over or God over. They want to place themselves over those people and to kill them so that they can have the riches in which they was blessed, put blessed in too. Okay. They don't want you here anymore. They don't want a person like me here anymore. They want to use my stuff and they want to have the privilege of using my stuff while they're out here not even meeting up to standards of who I am. But they're going to keep trying to find somebody that can replace me, right? They're going to keep trying to find somebody who can replace me that can be utilized in my stuff, that they can give that stuff to, and it's going to give their riches, and they're going to be rich in my stuff with that person. They're going to keep trying till they find that person that they can replace me with. Oh, yes, they is. Because that's how business is. That's how pleasure is. That's how it is. But that's not how it is with God. I'm still going to get my royalties. And when they try to put the killing to you, to place the death on you, knowing that that's their stuff, that's your stuff and not theirs, believe me, it's still going to come back on them later. They gonna still feel the guilt of that, no matter if they talk bad about you or they want to put your name and stuff. You know they gonna try to put your name out there because they know that your royalties is due back to you. But then that you gone, that royalty belongs to them. Okay, because they was either producer over you, God over you, uh, director over you, narrator over you. They felt that. So that's what they are in. They are in the mode of pride built up. So they feel like once you gone, that royalty that due to you is still gonna come back to them. They gonna get all that money that's coming from your royalties that was due to you because of the blessing. And this can be placed in the physical on all levels, but I'm talking about the spiritual royalties. Okay, which this is to do. There's no separation from um, the the spiritual royalties on the flesh, but it's not about flesh because flesh is pride. It's about the spirit skin, the skin of the spirit. There, talking about that, and because flesh is deep, okay, and it's a shadow over the real who you really are. It comes as that shadow over who you really are because God places the light, the skin over you, but then the darkness comes over you as you walk in that darkness. But you are not God. God is God alone. God is God alone. I tell you, God is God alone. You are not God. But it's a lot of us that are walking in royalties of somebody else's stuff, which still places you at being of, oh shucks, being living in royalty. I mean, in royal amongst royals. Yes, it does. Okay. Okay. So let me wrap this up. So the people will put a killing to you, either through your children, either through people that you hang with, that you deal with, and them people don't even know they're being used because they hang around that person. The less and less the person hang around that person, even if they dealing with that person, the more and more they become the demons get on that person, and that person get around you, those demons get on you. So now it's going to be a killing towards your being at the end of this, because it was the death of that producer, that director, that narrator, that God who placed themselves as these things over you. That's what they wanted. That's what it was. That's what it is. They don't want you to get the blessings off of their stuff. They feel it's their stuff now, because they copied it off of your stuff and pasted onto their stuff. And so they giving it amongst other people, and they feel like this is my stuff. I own that woman. I own that man. That's my stuff. I'm over them. That's my stuff. So if they got to kill you from through other people that they interact with from time to time, believe me, they gonna want to see that person often to get to you. Even do their own children, they use it, whatever they use it in spirit to get to you, to put a killing to you, and you build up in all this rage and all this fleshly stuff against your blessings, and now you walking in the curse of the darkness, and you going off on people. You not walking in love no more. Now all of a sudden your flesh is starting to rip off piece by piece, and you missing some body parts, and now you going through the same phases that they was going through, and now you about to experience your death. All right, and that's what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to be scattered and out of your mind, and just lost. So that to the point where now you're gone. But again, I'm going to tell you, you are blessed. You are blessed, children of God. You are blessed. You are perfect. The skin that you in announces you perfect. All that outside stuff of imperfection and all that stuff that we trying to compare ourselves with others, copy and pasting and stuff, that stuff ain't nothing but the curse. And for us to say we not perfect, just to copy and paste and saying that, oh man, that person better than me, or oh man, I'm not, I'm no, we can't define perfect from that. That doesn't make us perfect. What makes us perfect is God breathing the breath of life into us, placing the skin over our body. This skin makes us perfect. We still here. Okay, we we perfect. I'm perfect over here. So another person taking my royalties due to me, whether or not they feel like they want to put a killing to me through all their old minions, or whatever, how they want to say it, whatever they want to do, however they want to neglect, however they want to pull away from that person to make that person drive that person to them, however they do it, you still taking away from my royalties, and my royalties is still due from you. And royalties is what, when you are in the commandment, with the world call it commitment. And a lot of people, if you really look at it, a lot of people cannot do a commandment. They try the commitment, but they don't understand that commitment is actually commandment. It's making a commandment. And a lot of people are not making commitments because they don't know how to stick to what it says about in the commandments of God. They don't know how to stand in that. That's power. That ain't even got nothing to do with perfection. We already perfect. It's about power. And power is love. Don't nobody know how to stand in that much love. That's too much. It's too bright. It shines. And they don't know what to do with that. Very creative stuff. That's leadership stuff. Not too many people can withstand that. Add on. So they would rather attract by going to people, placing themselves with different people, having all these kids, having all these women. They would rather attract this stuff, this royalties to them, and place them at pride in amongst royals. So attraction versus add on Add on is what we have already in through the commandments of God, which is still commitment. But the English language call our commandments, they call it commitment. But when you make a commandment, a commitment, you're no longer unfaithful. You're walking in the faith of God. You're no longer a cheater. You are now a child of God. Yeah, let's place these names back to where they belong. You're no longer a cheater. You're now a child of God. You're not cheating yourself out of the blessings. You are now walking in the blessing, the commandments of God. Hmm? See these words? They done switched them up on us. I'm switching them back for you. Okay? You're no longer unfaithful. You are faithful. You're walking in the faith of God. Your royalties are due to you. The blessings of God are due to you. Your treasures are in. They're in. Okay? That's your stuff spiritually. You don't got to see it on the flesh in order for it to be there. That stuff going to be added on to you. Your presence. Let it be made known. And guess what's going to happen? All other stuff going to be added onto you. Commandments need to be made because blessings are here. Blessings are here. So our royalties of our blessings, being that we are blessed, our royalties are due from the people who have stole from us. Yeah, they stole. They stole this stuff. They copied and pasted onto themselves, and they sat there and utilized our stuff without our permission. Royalties are due back from us. Ooh, baby. Royalties are due back. All right. They are due back to us. Our blessings is due to. It's due. Blessings are due. It's been done. We are worth more than what we think we are. Even without cars, clothes, shoes, the luxury of a bunch of women, the luxury of just being a little pimp out here in the streets, the luxuries of playing in your of playing yourself of who you really are, the luxuries of the flesh that they're attracting to themselves. Baby, we got the royalties already. And royalties are due. And financial blessings is within. We already got the treasures. We already walking in the treasure. So everything that we walk, we're everywhere that we walk, every place that we place ourselves in, that's royalty already. Wherever we go, stuff just gonna be added to us. Yes, there's gonna be trouble ahead because there's gonna be many people that want what you got. On the inside of you, you ain't even gotta have on the finest clothes or the coolest things or nothing. You ain't gotta have the coolest things or nothing. Just walking in this stuff is what's gonna place you at royalty. So do understand that your royalties are gonna be due from the people who stole from you. They think they're getting away with it to the point to the where they placing other people to try to put the killing to you. But do know, a day gonna come and they gonna be judged, which is every day, and they gonna have to give back what don't belong to them. If they keep holding on to that stuff that don't belong to them, guess what? You know what? God's going to place the judgment on them. God gonna place that judgment on him. He automatically does that because he want his children to be in the body parts of love. He don't want nothing to be able to be scattered by no demons or demonic spirits or nothing. So he got to judge you every second, every hour of the day. After that comes death. Ain't nothing gonna be added onto that. You're gonna have to attract stuff because you ain't walking in the commandments of God. So therefore, which is the commitment in the English language. So now you're gonna want to have to work extra in your iniquity. You're gonna have to work up iniquity in order to attract something to you. Temptation, the struggle and the warring of man, male and female, still want to walk in that stuff. I don't understand. But royalties are due to those who are walking in God. And these people are out to kill you and take you from God so you can walk with them, and they don't have to owe you nothing. They don't have to give you back nothing because you're dead. But let's stay in love, children of God. Stay in love. Stay in love as you walking out here in the streets. It's dangerous. Who else can do it but you? All in your perfection, all in your perfectness. Who else can do it but you? As I say all the time, go read your Bible. Get to know God in spirit and in truth through your meekness and your humbleness. So go out there and in your blessings, because royalties are due to you now. Stay blessed. Stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.